I think the first time I did the suicide run, like not everyone died, but about half the squad, half the team did. I kind of remember it quite vividly. It was traumatizing, but it's like these characters, they're so much fun, but now they're all deceased. Garrus lived every single time Garrus lived, and that's the only thing that matters to me.
He died on my first one.
I was just going to say, he's the only person that died for me.
You can't like that.
He goes
really?
It's the closing door section.
Yeah, that's where he died for me.
He gets hit by the bullet and just slumps, and that's it.
That means though,
really?
That means that you guys missed out on Garrus in the third one, and Garrus is amazing in Mass Effect 3.
No,
Garrus is great. Garrus is the best mate.
Yes, I know.
I redid it.
Oh, did you redo it? Fair enough.
I was like, I ain't playing this.
You always do it to keep. You've got to keep Garrus. It doesn't matter what happens. Who else dies? Mass Effect 3 without Garrus is wrong.
Yeah, it's. I think for me anyway, it has to be the best character, best side character in the whole game. For me.
Yeah, Garrus,
the best
sure.
companion. I think he's an amazing character.
I think a mate of mine, Tyler, said this quite well. He doesn't even know why Garrus is the best character. He just is.
He just is. Yeah,
he just
something
is.
About him.
He is the designated best mate of Commander Shepard. That's sort of why.
I love that scene near the end of 3 where you're just with him on the in the Citadel.
Yeah,
where you do the bottle shooting.
When you bottle shooting, that's one of the best scenes in the whole game.
Do you deliberately miss, or do you guys?
I did.
I
deliberately missed.
I missed on purpose. Yeah.
No, I deliberately missed as well.
It'll be ridiculous.
Oh, I had to do it. Yeah, you know.
I thought I'd give him some morale.
I can't do it.
To be fair, though, it's kind of fan service when you do deliberately miss, because then he goes and says, "I'm Garrus Vakarian, and this is my favorite spot on the Citadel," kind of akin to you running around sort of scrounging for discounts in Mass Effect 2.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I used to love that quote.
But yeah, such a great moment.
I will say though, on 2, there's no way Miranda was dying for me. I mean, there's no Miranda was my love interest in the second one. Oh, in the second one, every time. I mean,
every time,
every time. You don't want to mix it up.
Well, not when Miranda's involved. Absolutely not. But,
she's not real.
Although I will say that. No, I know, but I will say though, in the first one and the third one, it was always Liara.
Yeah,
and I always switched to. I
was boring. I went with Ashley. And then,
Ashley didn't do it for me.
I went with Ashley, cheated on Ashley in 2 with Miranda, went back to Miranda for the sex bit or whatever dialogue, rejected her, and then the photo frame was back up of Ashley. So I got the best of it.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it. But.
The detail is so funny. It's just, it's just the game knows what you're doing, and it'll make fun of you at every point.
Yeah.
You just have to look for it.
I must admit, though, number 2, those the character missions, God, I loved them.
Oh, they were great, yeah.
Yeah, no, they were some of my favourite parts. One of my favourite loyalty missions in 2 had to be the Samara one, because you could fail at any moment. That's why I liked it so much. Because you could mess up in so many ways. You had to pay attention to what you were learning, then you had to use that in the dialogue with Morinth, and then you can still fail it because you can kill Samara instead. And then you can take her back to the Normandy, and then you can romance her and she'll kill you. And it's so indeed, it is a thing. It's fantastic.
It is good.
I can't believe that they put that in the game.
I've got to say, there was that. I saw it recently. There was that stat that was it 90% of all players Paragon.
Yeah,
something
apparently, and only 10% plays Renegade. But I've got to say, I mean, I've done both playthroughs, but
the game's geared that way.
I really enjoy Renegade. I really enjoy Renegade playthroughs.
So the thing is, the game makes it easier a little bit with Renegade sometimes. Like, you don't need as much Renegade to go through certain places. You might need Paragon. Like, say, if you need a full bar of Paragon to do this the good way, you need 50% Paragon to do it the Renegade way. Not 50% Renegade to do it the Renegade way. Sorry. And I find that quite amusing. And so I think in Mass Effect 2 and 3 especially, it tempts you with Renegade moves a lot.
There's so many good moments though.
Yeah, and my favorite Renegade moment is when you're going after Archangel and you find the guy who's fixing up this this shuttle thing, and you pick up the electric thing.
That.
And Shepard just says you're working too hard, and then just electrocutes him. And I'll do that even on a Paragon playthrough. There's no playthrough in which I will not do that.
Yeah, there's so many moments. I even like it's really fairly early in the game in the first one when you punch the reporter in the face. I'm quite good at avoiding punching the reporter in the face for the sake of Paragon. I tend to sometimes you just got to build up the rage. You got to be nice in Mass Effect 1 and 2, and then in the third one just bop. It's fine. That's where it all falls apart. Like, you just get sick of everything.
I've just left
Renegade.
Go ahead, Perks.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I think my favorite Renegade moment is one that's like, it hits so many people really hard is when you kill Morden.
Yeah.
Like that's the at the top of the tower. And it's like, nobody's ever going to do that. Right. And then you just get this moment where it's like the Sith Lord and you takes over and it's like, right trigger. Boom, and it's such a cool moment where you think, oh my god, I was actually allowed to do that. This is
say though, right? That's one moment in the game where I'm like, I was confused what's Renegade and what isn't with the whole genophage, because it's like that could be perceived either way.
I don't know,
really, in my opinion. I think you could look at it either way. Is finding the cure? Is that really Paragon? Is it Renegade? Like, I don't know.
Depends on whether or not. I guess it's a bit easier if Rex survives to equate Paragon to curing the genophage, because Rex as a leader to unite the Krogan isn't interested in revenge. He isn't interested in rebelling again. He's not interested in. He's just interested in rebuilding his people and the survival of the Krogan in a more peaceful fashion. He doesn't believe in the old way of, killing everything. Whereas if it's Reeve, it's like Jesus. Thing is, though, with Reeve, if you don't cure the genophage and you sabotage it, he'll never find out, but Rex will. So
yeah,
yeah. But I always think that, I mean, it always says, doesn't it, in the law? Like, I mean, if they're left unchecked, then they'll rampage across the galaxy, and you'll have as big a problem as maybe you've got now. So it's always a weird situation for me with that. I always think, like,
in the middle of a Reaper
I never know
war,
what to do.
In the middle of a Reaper war, you could sort of do with Krogans rampaging across the galaxy.
Yeah, that is true. But then what happens afterwards? It's like,
exactly.
Deal with that later.